Hello, welcome to my channel Zabi Koi. I'm Zabi and just like all of you, I'm at the comfort of my home right now. Okay, it's not probably that comfortable because I've been in here for last 42 days, which is also the reason I'm wearing this right now because my hair looks awful because I did not get a cut for last 2 months. Times are tough, so I wanted to go back to some of the happy memories. I could not help but go back to Australia, which was my last big trip in late 2019. And in Australia, I went to Sydney. Today I wanted to talk about 5 things I really liked about Sydney. Now this list will not be your typical 5 list and 5 tips and guidelines. In fact, this will be very subjective, kind of vague, but it will point out the entire characteristic of Sydney. And I have to say, I loved Sydney and it's still probably the best city I have ever visited. So with that being said, let's start with our number 5. Number 5, diversity.
I have never felt so much of a part even for cosmopolitan city. It's not just getting out and finding all kinds of people doing the same thing. Because immigrants have come here for generations and built their own community, different localities have become a representation of a different culture. And that gives you, a traveler, a diverse set of experiences to have. You can really have it all while being present in a community that can be so unique and still be an identity of Sydney.
Sydney is about different kinds of people with different backgrounds, doing different things and still living together in harmony. Number 4, festivities.
Sydney's biggest festival is the New Year's Eve, and I have an entire separate video of it. Do check it out. With thousands of foreigners coming over to enjoy the show, Sydney really knows how to make it feel really festive.
When I was there, every single item on the streets, on the stores, everything that people would talk about was all about how festive things are.
But there's more to that. Christmas is important to the residents, which fits the New Year's time schedule. They have Australia Day just a few weeks later. But beyond this Formula 1, Sydney has different markets and locations, adding more to the festivities, promoting Australian culture. People throw out various performances just to make you feel festive as a traveler every time you are out. Who wouldn't like that feeling?
Number 3, accessibility.
Traveling without public transportation in Sydney would be absolutely horrible.
I was in Sydney for 1 week and not for a single time did I have to use anything other than public transport. Now you can say, yeah, what's the big deal about it? That's present in every other city. And yes, you'll be right, but hear me out.
Sydney is big, busy and super expensive. But Sydney allows you to be budget friendly with its wide range of transportation options. Your option can be ferries or even something very regular.
For example, trains. You can start from the Sydney airport and you can go to a different region in New South Wales altogether.
As a traveler, I don't want to overthink about my financials. I just want to be in the right place and be absolutely happy about it.
Number 2, the walks.
Okay, I walked in Australia a bit too much and mostly in Sydney.
My favorite walk would start from the Sydney Opera House, through the rocks and up to the Harbour Bridge.
Walking gives me the time to feel the place. In a place like Sydney, you can get away by driving to a location and taking pictures of famous places, and it will for sure look great on your Instagram. Walking allowed me to be up close and personal with these famous and often even the regular places.
You can walk around Opera House, you can walk on the Harbour Bridge, and you can walk on the suburbs, and still you will have one of the best walks in your life. Number 1, street vibe.
Everything I talked about before allowed me to get the vibe on the streets of Sydney. There are places you can go to and find the locals doing their own thing, and it's entirely uplifting. Once in a while, little weird things will pop up and they will definitely turn your heads around. It makes for a good sight in normal places. I mean, how often do you see a dinosaur popping up and playing drums? But the real regular hangout places, those are full of life on off days. You can enjoy them alone and with friends, with food, or with your children on the parks, on the rocks.
Friday nights and weekends in Sydney are fantastic.
The best summary probably comes from Darling Harbour at night. It's colorful, it's full of music, food, drinks and dancing, and it's Sydney in one place.
If you're from Sydney and watching this, I need to tell you I envy you. And those are the 5 things I liked about Sydney. So next time you are there, once all of this is over, you should put Sydney on the top of your list. If you do like what I've been putting out, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.